Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Well, did we have a very interesting day yesterday. Not only was the Quest 3 announced, we got a bunch of new games during the gaming showcase, and also the Quest 2 and Quest Pro are about to get a very big upgrade. Something that I totally didn't expect. So, what is up, everyone? I'm Mysticle, and today I'll be bringing you a recap of what exactly happened yesterday. So, let's jump right in to the video. So, of course, the very first thing, the Quest 3 was announced. Yes, it actually was revealed, and whether this is because A, Meta was sick of the leaks, or B, they wanted to get ahead of Apple, I'm not entirely certain. But they did announce their brand new headset. Surprise, surprise, it looks exactly what we thought it was going to look like. Sadly, as Bradley was once again on point. One of the biggest problems people currently have with VR and AR headsets is how bulky they are, and how wearing them on your face for a long period can sometimes cause fatigue. Well, the Quest 3 will supposedly be 40% thinner, hopefully also making it lighter. As we already knew, it is going to have a higher resolution and pancake lenses as well, giving you a much better clarity within the headset. And the reason why I'm not giving you any straightaway specs right here, well, we didn't actually get any. We just got this basic feature list of things that we already knew were going to happen, but it was a flat-out confirmation of them by Meta. The controllers, I think, are where things get very interesting. These do remind me of the controllers that we saw during that customer feedback survey. They look like Quest Pro controllers, but are now white. They also don't have the tracking cameras that the Quest Pro controllers have, making people wonder where exactly they're going to place the IR LEDs. However, as people have pointed out, the benefit of this is you can't break the tracking rings now. But what will tracking be like without tracking rings? Those were there for a reason. How will occlusion work? And where exactly are those dots going to be? Well, all I can say is, I don't think Meta is releasing something that is going to be worse than what they already have. So, hopefully, this is pretty good. It should also allow for closer hand interactions, as the rings won't be able to hit up against each other when you're moving your hands closer. That and hand tracking will probably be a very big thing with the Quest 3, as it's also going to have advanced augmented reality features, with high quality, high resolution, color cameras, as well as a depth sensor, allowing the headset to finally automatically recognize the depth inside your room, which is going to be fantastic. I myself am a massive fan of augmented reality, and seeing that come to a higher level finally is going to be a very, very good thing. And the big one here, the new Qualcomm chipset that Meta has been working on, which will supposedly be twice as powerful as what we have inside our headsets right now, allowing for higher quality and larger games on standalone. Very, very impressive. Cannot wait to see it released later this autumn, but I hear you ask, what will the price be on this headset? Well, at least in Europe, we're looking at $569.99. That is in euros, and in America, we seem to be looking at $500. It is not the price tag that a lot of people were hoping for, as a lot of people were actually hoping for Meta to go lower, but we already knew that it was supposed to be higher than the Quest 2, and a lot of people were honestly speculating it to be $700 or $800. So if you ask me, this is actually a very good price if the headset is as advanced as they claim it to be. But we will just have to wait and see during Meta Connect. Okay, now with all that out of the way, before we jump into the titles that they have announced, let's talk a little bit about this major graphical upgrade that the Quest 2 and Quest Pro are going to get. A lot of people during our live showcase asked what exactly is now going to happen to the Quest 2 and the Quest Pro. And that is a very good question. If the new headset is going to have 50% more graphical power, that means the games working on that headset should not work on our old devices, or if they do, they will be severely reduced. I mean, that is how hardware works. You will get a worse gaming experience on an older device. However, Meta has a solution, as they have apparently managed to squeeze out even more power from our current devices. The Quest 2 is one of those devices that just seems to keep getting better. This is not through a hardware upgrade, mind you. This is all software. In the blog post that I will leave for you down below, they announced the Quest 3. However, if you scroll down even lower, you're going to get Quest 2 gets lower prices plus a performance upgrade. First thing, the price cut. The Quest 2 is now going back to its lower price on the 4th of June. Yeah, the Quest 2 is going right back down to $299.99, which is the price that it was originally. And $349.99 for the 256GB, helping even more people access the magic of the all-in-one VR and our vast content library. But that's not all. In an upcoming software upgrade, we're updating the Quest 2 and Quest Pro GPU and CPU. Quest 2 and Pro will see an up to 26% CPU performance increase with up to 19% GPU speed increase for Quest 2 and 11% for Quest Pro. As developers take advantage of these changes, you can expect smoother gameplay and more responsive UI and richer content on both headsets. And we're enabling dynamic resolution scaling for both Quest 2 and Quest Pro, so games and apps can take advantage of increased pixel density without dropping frames. So while the Quest 3 doesn't seem to have any of these super advanced features like eye tracking, it is after all a budget headset. It does seem like Meta is now introducing dynamic resolution scaling, which should help those frames be boosted. It's been a while since Meta has given us a major performance increase on our devices. Last time they did, I believe it was during V47, and it was a very nice improvement to see. However, now we're going to get a whole 26% more CPU power and 19% GPU power. That is impressive. Hopefully, this will allow the titles from Quest 3 when that comes out to run smoother on Quest 2 and Quest Pro, therefore making older devices last even longer. People were very worried that the Quest 2 would instantly become useless when the Quest 3 comes out. That will not be the case. Meta has not even announced stopping support for the Quest 2 anytime soon. That, and they will seemingly be selling it alongside the Quest 3. Now, this isn't something they said anywhere, or at least that's what it looks like to me, especially with lowering the prices now, unless they are lowering the prices to get rid of stock before the Quest 3 starts selling. That could also be a possibility, so don't quote me on that one. Either way though, you can be excited for your Quest 2 and Quest Pro to get even more power very, very soon. Even though it doesn't say when the update's going to come out, we do know that it is coming. And that excites me a lot, as power in a standalone headset is basically the #1 thing that we need. If you don't have power, you can't have more powerful titles. And because it's not something modular, unfortunately, it's not like you can just slap a new graphics card into it. You are basically forced to wait on either better software updates or just an entirely new headset. And the software updates here seem to be very impressive. I do, however, wonder what they're going to do about augmented reality when that comes out for the Quest 3. Will that be a feature solely available on the Quest 3, or will Meta be releasing possibly an accessory for the Quest 2, allowing us to play those same mixed reality titles that come out for the Quest 3 on the Quest 2. I could see them in the future releasing some sort of color camera with a depth sensor that we can place on the front of our devices and allow us to play those same titles. I don't know. They still haven't released full body trackers, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Now, let's move on to some of the titles that were released during the gaming showcase. Now, I'm not going to go into detail here, as I've seen a ton of other content creators already do this, and I am personally much more interested in the hardware aspect of things. So I'll leave some links down below for you guys to check them out. However, we will mention just a few, as Meta re-announced Stranger Things, which will be launching this fall in 2023, as well as announcing a new game called Vampire: The Masquerade, just as heads to Venice, which will come out this fall as well on Quest 2 and PSVR 2. Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord will ship simultaneously on Quest and PSVR 2 also this fall. I Expect You to Die 3 was a game that we got announced during the showcase, which will introduce the latest villain in a new trailer. Samba de Amigo takes major inspiration from TikTok and arrives this fall on the Quest 2. The first trailer for Demio Battles also got shown to us, which will be rolling onto the Quest and PC VR later this year. And Arizona Sunshine 2. I'm very excited for this one. Arizona Sunshine was a pretty big title for our headsets, and I really enjoyed it. It is coming to the Quest 2, Quest 3, and Quest Pro. Vertigo Games remakes a horror classic with the 7th Guest VR, and that is also coming to the Quest. Dungeons of Eternity goes treasure hunting on the Quest 2 later this year. We also got some information on titles that people were very, very excited for, which is Assassin's Creed Nexus, which has been teased to release this year for Quest during this gaming showcase, and of course, Asgard's Wrath 2, which Meta promises 60 hours of exploration in 2023. People were quite unhappy with the way they presented Asgard's Wrath 2 during the gaming showcase, as they basically showed us the entire game during the showcase. People were like, oh, there's just no reason to play it now. But yeah, there you guys go. Those are just a few. I will leave a link to both Upload VR and Road to VR down below in case you guys are interested in reading articles instead of watching videos on the games that were shown yesterday, as there is a lot more to read about. But that is going to be it for our video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. It costs you nothing and it helps the channel out a lot. And if you disliked it, I guess the phone works too. If you haven't seen our live stream from yesterday and want to check it out, I will leave a link to that down below as well. Some pretty crazy stuff happened towards the end, and we basically got absolutely denied by Photoshop AI. Either way though, thank you so much to everyone who donated during yesterday's stream, and thank you so much to all the lovely names that are going off to my right now. Everybody that supports the channel is seriously a massive help right now. As some of you might know, I will be moving country on the 5th, so much love. And if you're not a part of our community and want to join us, check out our Discord and check out our Reddit down below. As usual, if you want to be notified about your content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace.